Geopolitics and Empire is joined by James Guzman of the Borderless blog and podcast. He lives over in San Miguel de Allende, one of the top expat communities in Mexico. He offers strategy call consultations as well as health insurance and other things if you need it in Mexico. ¿Cómo estás, Santiago? ¿Qué hay de nuevo?
Muy bien, gracias. How was your Thanksgiving? Did you do anything?
No, I didn't do much here in Mexico. We don't really celebrate it, so maybe I'll change that. All right. So on this episode, I've been getting a lot of emails, people wanting to know what's the COVID 1984 situation like in Mexico. Should they escape to Mexico? I'm getting messages all the time now, so I'm like, let's do an episode on that. I did an episode yesterday on Russia. How's COVID 1984 in Russia? So you want to check that out. And yeah, you probably don't want to go to Russia right now. So I'm going to share my screen for the people viewing and lay out kind of a lot of the links and stories that we've been seeing over the past 6 months here of what the COVID 1984 situation is like in Mexico. So let's see if I can get this right. All right, the screen is shared. You can see your page. Yes, James?
I can see it.
Yeah, that's James's page. At the bottom, it's funny. He has this photo. It's the first time I met with him when I interviewed
That's right.
him. And he cut me out of the photo. What's up with that, James? So, look at that.
I had to make it Instagrammable. You know, back then you had to do a square on Instagram.
Right. Okay, you have an excuse. Okay, so I'm going to kind of lay out the situation as I see it in Mexico, and then James can give his take. I think James is more optimistic, and I'm more pessimistic. So I think it's a good combination. So we can, iron sharpening iron. So here are just a taste of some of the links, stories that kind of describe. You must be wondering where the rest of this interview is. From here on out, many future Geopolitics and Empire podcast interviews will no longer be posted to the YouTube platform due to censorship. They are simply too hot to handle. However, you can easily find all the full-length podcast interviews on platforms that do not censor. For video, you can go to the Geopolitics and Empire channels over at Odyssey, Rumble, BitChute, or Brighteon. For audio, you can go to SoundCloud or wherever podcasts are found, such as Apple, Spotify, Google, or countless other podcast platforms. You can also bookmark geopoliticsandempire.com or subscribe to the newsletter to be reminded of every new podcast interview. I need your help in migrating away from Pentagon Tube, so please find Geopolitics and Empire on other platforms and subscribe there. See you on the other side.